Oh, it looks too complicated. No, it's not. You make this blocky thing, the computer software converts it into 4. Less work for you. Now it's time for the shoes. Don't know what I'm clicking? Down left. Zoom out, let's go to Add, Mesh, Shoe. And make sure you go to Edit Mode. Hit middle mouse button, Alt to snap into views. Hold down Z, go on wireframe, S to scale, then Control to do select measurements to snap, then dot on the numpad to zoom in on an object. Make sure you have this selected and this selected. All right, and just do G, just move it around. Oh, right here-ish. Kind of pan it out. About right there. Then after that, I'm gonna add Control R in the middle. And like this. Hold down Shift to select stuff. Then middle mouse button just to move around like that. All right. Then I'm going to do E right here. Make sure you have these up high, these down low. Make sure you also have this one selected. E in the middle, S, Z, E right here, S, Z, kind of like flash it out. E right here, S, Z. All right, and make sure you have edge select on and just kind of make sure everything pans out. If you don't have a good foot, then you can just do shoe all by itself. And just kind of move everything in. GG. GG. All right, just select this, then or F. Wait a minute, we can't do that yet. Okay, we're going to do click this, E, right click, let go, put it up to about here, then click this, F, this, F. All right, and just push it out about here-ish. And we want it to pop out from the sides a little bit because I'm going to show you later on of how to fix that. We want it tight to the foot-ish. Just kind of curve it in. All right. All right, now time to add some modifiers. Let's click Add Modifier, Add Mirror. Make sure you have these selected. Minimize it right here. Add Modifier, Solidify. So we add some thickness in here. I'll make sure you do A, select the whole thing. Alt N, calculate outside. Okay, good. It's all on the inside. Make sure you have this selected and this. Minimize it. Add modifier, and we're going to add subdivision surface. Okay, make it smooth, make sure you have this selected. So that's side 2. Let's see, make sure you slash in the numpad. You see how these are freaking out? That means something's connected. It was not supposed to be connected. So click this. Oh, faces in here, duh. Okay, this, X, faces. Okay, see how it looks good? It looks good now. All right, slash the numpad to bring the body back like this. And just once we see how it wrecked it a little bit, and just kind of bring it out, not too much though, but a little bit. All right. I could do nothing. Control R, add one right here, and right click to let go. And now to see, we are forming Alt. Let's see. With these, mixture is kind of forms around the foot, and it has a good curve. Do slash in the numpad. Do from the top view. See, kind of curve it out, make it look nice. The problem if you adding another loop cut makes it harder. So Alt click this and X and just edge, just so, oh, bleh. See, just so you can kind of get, it's like this, a general shape of how you like the foot, if that makes any sense. After that, slash a numpad. And you're going to try to match the foot, but if it really doesn't look good, actually it's looking better. All right, slash a numpad, then control R, add one right here. Then just start to make sure it doesn't clip through. See that? You want it floating a little bit. All right. Then Alt click this, Alt S to put it out a little bit. As you can see, it kind of curves out everything, making it bulge a little bit. We want that bulge. So as you can see, it looks good to have the bulge. Just like these, S to scale. We want to start to get small right here. It's supposed to be the heel. It's supposed to get skinnier underneath. Let's see. We actually don't want this too much. We want this natural shape. All right, add this back on. As you can see, it's forming. Don't worry about under here. I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. All right, and select this. See, the feet are a little long up front, so I'm going to do faces. Select this, and kind of just push it all back a little bit, about right here-ish. And now click this. The feet, toes are popping out. I'm going to figure out how to fix that later. You have to do it on your character because I just want the shoes to look good. Slash a numpad, then you get to see the shoes are forming. Just slash a numpad again. All right, click this. And now it's time to form the rest. You gotta make sure you have the whole bottom one selected. Then E, right click, let go, push it, make sure you have this off. And just kind of push it down about right there. All right, it is forming. And see, select these. E, right click, let go, right click, let go. SZ0. Make sure you select all the bottom right here. SZ0. And the reference doesn't always fly everywhere. And see, let's click these. This S to scale, about right there. Then after that, we can now Shift E. That sharpens it. If you right click, you can do circle. Let's see. It's doing the thing again where it's SY. Something is wrong. Just slash on a numpad. Do this. Okay, I think I know what's wrong. Don't panic about it. All right, fix that later. Slash numpad. Oh, if you don't have loop tools, go to add, go to preferences, add-ons, and just type in loop right there. All right, so we just select this, Alt, select this, Shift E, and what we did is we made it nice and sharp. And do the same thing right here. Shift E, and make sure you have this selected as well. And these, just hold down Shift and left click. Then that. Now it's sharp. Make sure you select these. Shift E, nice and sharp. And do these down here if you want to. Make it really sharp right there. That's if you want to though. Kind of push it back. Stay like that. Depends on what you want. And have these three selected. Shift E. Okay. Now let's see. SY, about right here, to give it that sharp look right there. And stuff is forming. It's like these. Make sure this one's selected. S, to kind of bring in the curves of it shrinking. Then yeah, it is forming. And let's see, slash on a numpad. Again, I'm gonna have it match these, and if it doesn't look good, I'm gonna go back to the other option. Let's see. And click this and give it a good look around. Control Z. I'm just going back and forth. A lot of times you just see what works and what doesn't work. I actually like that more. So I'm just gonna get out of here and affect the body itself. Let's go edit mode and just select this. Make sure you have this selected. And going on the blue, make sure this is up. Oh, there's a better, see, let's click this. Let's select this, because this is going to be like affecting around everything in there. I don't want too much though. Just tap it in. All right, slash the numpad, style button, and see if it looks good. And it does not. He looks weird. Just like these. Just push them back a little bit. Oh no, now it's just now a foot tutorial. A whole nother can of worms. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm gonna have to fix it again. Oh, I hate doing feet. It's one of the hardest things to do. A lot of people felt feet. See, and push it back. Just look at your own foot. Easier if you're a woman, since it's a woman's foot. It's really do look at your foot. I don't focus on feet that much because I just put shoes on. And let's see, for example, click these, S to scale. Scroll down if you want like smaller toenails. See, select this, S to scale. See, make it smaller, then more down. As you can see, I made it. See, I made it a little better. Want to finger the palm a little bit. Okay. This is not a foot tutorial. Do slash on the numpad. Now the feet are back. We're just going to do the shoes a little more. About like barely like that. And it looks good. Take time to tweak it the way you want it. Now to do some small things, make sure to click that. Select that. Alt S. I just want a little bit more curved. About right there. It's up to you. I'll this one in more. And click this S, Y, 0. It's up to you. S, Y, 0. I just want it perfect in that way. Click these. Shift E to the max. All right. Make sure in object mode, right click, shade smooth. Then after that, go back in. And make sure on edge select, Alt, click the whole thing. Make sure this is selected. And we're going to do Alt. We should have the whole thing selected first. Alt N, reset vectors. All right. Then do Control E, clear seam, Control E, clear sharp. All right, then Alt and click this. Then Control E, mark sharp. So I click this up here, we made it sharp, you see? And do the same thing under here, just click, then left click. So make sure you have just all of it if you want to. Then Control E, mark sharp. All right, make sure you have everything selected you want to select it. And you click this. And now it's sharp. It gives a cool natural look to it. Now, if you want to, you can also sharpen these. Then click this. Control E, mark sharp. If you want to. For me, I still like it for it to be smooth. Then yeah, that's how you do that. And take your time to make it look good. Now it's time for the ribbon strings. Just do that right now. Make sure you get out of here. Make sure in object mode, go to add, mesh, plane. After that, go into edit mode, just S to scale, middle mouse button, Alt, S, G. You just hold down Z to go in wireframe. What? Dang it, that was an accident. It's about a little smaller, it's about good thickness. Now I'm going to show you what I did in detail. So we could go to add modifiers, we go to mirror. Mirror is on. Then we're going to go to subdivision surface. Where is it? Actually, we do that last. Okay, subdivision surface, we can do that right now. Make sure you do the mirrors. Let me show you what I mean. You have to do the mirror modifiers and the modifiers in the correct order or things will go wrong. All right, then after that, let's add the shrink wrap. Do this and see where it is. Make sure you click that to 1. So now you see it. And we can add another modifier, solidify, then boom. See, now it has thickness. All right, and it wants to attach itself to the body. What is awesome, it's less work. All right. Make sure it's not too close, but you want it close. And make sure to follow your reference. I'm just add Control R, loop cut right here. We still want to have it even spaced. So, what? Again, you have to choose what side of the reference to follow. Even the best people that you pay big bucks for reference art don't always get it right, but it's highly frustrating. But it's more frustrating if you're paying them and you don't get your money's worth. Oh, yuck. I went down that rabbit hole, paid a reference art, and they're so greedy, it took all the fun away. I'm going to do another Control R right here, just to make it so it's rough. And after that, let's click this. Just L for the whole thing, just duplicate and just twist it around-ish. Kind of like, oh wow, this is bad. All right, there's no way to do this? No, there isn't. Dang, this is bad. Actually, there might be actually. So you have this selected, right? Go S, X, -1. Well, first you duplicated dummy. S, X, -1. Kind of just swaps it across. But there's still a lot of work to do. So we have to just kind of flatten it all down. Piece by piece. So on this, kind of do it all together all at once. I want it to be less work, but probably did me more work. All right, just L, Alt N, calculate outside. That didn't work. Flip. All right, that's where we want. Flipped it. Turn this off. Make sure it's close to the body. All right. Supposed to be one right here. It's hard to see. Here we go. Make sure you can see them. Let's do L. Because I like to barely see them to know what I'm working on. All right, and make sure it just kind of flows correctly. So just delete that and add a new one, re-add it. All right, could want it at the same spot. And yeah. Right here, we're going to add a loop cut. No, sorry, not a loop cut. A circle. So turn off your mirror. And wait, I can't see stuff. Minimize this. Minimize. Let's have that selected and minimize it. And subdivision surface, minimize it. So now it makes it a lot easier to know what I'm doing. All right, so just turn off your modifiers for a little bit. I'm going to go to add circle. Click right here. Let's do 8. All right, and make sure you have this so this is off. Let's turn everything off. It's the scale. All right there. S. See, it's at an angle, but we can do that after we put it on. All right, make sure there's room. You want room so it doesn't cut through. Just E. About there. All right, duplicate it. Let's put it all the way up here. S to scale. The sides are way off, so you have to choose what side you want. See, it stops right here, then it's right there, then it stops right here, then it ends right there. What fun. Might actually been going off of this one, is it? Well, I don't know. So choose which one you want. You to choose down here-ish. Then we can do an angle-ish, S to scale. We do not want to go past the middle line. So about right there-ish. S, Y, E, about right there-ish. And after that, L, S, Y. And we don't want too much stretching going on. We do not want to go past this line. So that, duplicate it again, grab it up. See on this side. So just move it by hand. And I'll move it by hand. After that, let's put on the mirror and let's turn on this. So Alt S. Okay, we do not want to cut through. Just kind of make sure none of it goes through. We do not want that. Alt S. Alt S. Alt S. Let's make sure nothing's going through. Let me talking about, so turn on all the modifiers again. And yeah, it looks pretty good. That we can add that thing and the one back here on. So just do this, duplicate. Do it where you think it needs it. I want it a little thicker. And after that, Control R, add one in the middle. Control R, then bring it, not there, Control R, bring it down here, but not quite all the way there. Do the same thing, not quite all the way up there. So we add this. Let's do L, Alt, N. See, flip, should we flip it? No, I think we're fine. So yeah, we are going to fix this later though, so don't panic. This is the rough draft. You can Control right here. Right here-ish. Here. Oh, not there, here. And just push it right underneath it. And once we got all, looks like all the string, except for the one up here. So click on this one, duplicate it. dot on the button, numpad, and we need this. All right, Control R, add one right here, add one right here. Don't quite put it all the way down here. Don't quite put it all the way up. Just L and just kind of move it. Let's see, it's supposed to wrap around here. So we're going to go right there-ish. This needs a wrap around. How thick is it? About the same thickness as the rest of them, just S to scale. S, Z. It's supposed to be 1 on this side and 2 on this side. So let's click this and let's turn this off for now so you can see what we're doing. Control R. Okay, select this face and just face, delete it. We're going to have to make room for this thingy. Then after that, we have this thing that's going up. Edge select. Where exactly? I have no idea. R. Let's. Oh, right there's good. Let's add one more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds good. Hit Control R, add one right there-ish. Like this, let's add it a little closer. All right, going to have to connect the heart. And that looks like all the strings we got. So if I get to, let's see, click these, see the smoothness, turn this off, and just go around smoothing it up. Looks good. And yeah, let's do the heart, because that's what we need next. Make sure you exit, make sure you're in object mode, zoom out, let's go to add, mesh, circle. And let's click this and do a 10. After that, click this and go into edit mode. You can do slash on the numpad, you get rid of everything, make it clear. Then rotate and control, and after that, just hold the mouse button, alt to snap, don't know what I'm clicking, down left. All right, make sure you're on, edge select sounds fine. Just select half of it. X, edge, no, edge, here you go. Add modifier, I'm going to add a mirror. All right, check these, minimize it, and just make a heart shape. Usually one in the middle, these will kind of go out. It just depends on the heart shape. Let me see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Subdivision surface. See, this is what I'm doing. It depends on the heart shape you want. It can vary widely. See, S, Z, Z. Just kind of see right here, it's getting a little bit. To really see what we do when we do this, let's click on it. And depends on the heart shape you want. Here we go. That looks good. And we're going to, what are we going to do? Oh yeah, brain freeze. Okay. Going to E, right click, let go, S to scale. And just do it a little bit. Do it about right there-ish. And we got another modifier. Shrink this one, add modifier, solidify. That just do it this way. See, now we're making a heart. Heart is forming. Also click this, Shift E if you want to be sharp. Depends. Also click in here and adjust it well needed. Want thick in other spots, so we can slash the numpad And after that, make sure you're in object mode, shrink it down. Kind of get the idea of what you are looking for. Looks like we are dealing with a soft heart. You have to go back, slash numpad, hold thing, shift E, 0. Slash numpad. Just kind of follow your reference. So you go back into edit mode, just shrink it down. Let that go back in, Alt S. Before we do that, let's apply our modifier. Slash the numpad and see, let's make it about, depends how big you want it. You can do that. Make sure in object mode, like this, apply. All right, the modifier is not supplied properly, it freaks out. After that, let's go back in it. Let me show you what it did. Made faces right here. We do not want that. Just face, snap that, go back here and it's good. All right, also click the whole thing, Alt S. See, I'll make it thick. Depends how thick you want it. Just click this, Alt left click this. You can have Alt S, make it a little thicker. All right, slash, get out of there. Let's go back, make sure in object mode and shrink it down. It could be really any shape you want for the heart. You know, you choose it. S, Y, kind of like that, I guess. Can also go subdivision surface and add another one, make it really smooth. All right, and you choose a heart shape. All right, a little bigger. Supposed to be over here. Rotate on the Z axis. And just kind of guide it in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Gives it charm if it's not. And let's see. As you can see on the body, it is close. So we're actually going to have it barely touching. Barely not touching. Back and shrink. Make that bigger, slash the numpad. Do some final changes if you want to. Hit Control R. If you wanted to add more sharp, you can do like anything. You can get rid of some. The only problem is you get rid of some, makes it look weird. So we want to be a minimum. That can look good. Yeah, just do what you think looks good. All right. That looks good to me. Now it's time for the wings. Who doesn't like some wings? All right, make sure in object mode, right click, shade smooth. And zoom out and just go to add, mesh, plane. I'm going to edit mode, S to scale, then control just to snap it about right there. Then middle mouse button, Alt, 2 snaps. Then R, then control to snap right there. And yeah, G, S, right there-ish. Then E, right here, S to scale. E, then E. Right there, Control R, Control R, Control R. All right, and modifier mirror. So it mirrors it for both sides. Add another modifier. I'll make sure you click these two things. I have to minimize it. Add another one, solidify. All right, and make sure you have this selected and make sure you have complex selected. All right, minimize it. Add modifier, subdivision surface. So now it's smooth. On numpad to zoom in and make this a 111, then do that. All right, now Shift E to sharpen it right there. Shift E to sharpen, Shift E to sharpen. And just S to scale coordinates to what you need. How thick you want it, it's up to you. It is up to you. After that, go make sure in object mode, right click, shade smooth, then you go back in. You can have double layers if you want to, or you can just have it really thin and save on polygons. It's up to you. All right, and just L, just put it where it needs to be. It's going to be behind the bow. As you can see, we still need to make the bow. Just go delete this one. Click this, just kind of Move it along, kind of like that-ish back. Could be behind the bow, so I want it down here-ish, just like what it is. Reference art doesn't always tell the truth. The person is reference art. I wonder how much they got paid, because I don't know. Reference art is okay. It's not the same for both sides. That's one thing. All right, looks good. Now it's time for the bow. Zoom out, make sure you're in object mode. Right click. Actually, no, we'll just go to add. We're going to add plane. After that, make sure you're in edit mode. And do slash the numpad. Bows are kind of difficult for me to make. Ooh, turn this off. Oh, there's so many ways to do it. My head could explode. Just E. Oh yeah, make sure you're in Control R, put in the middle, click this. Vertex, add mirror. Make sure you click these and minimize it. There's so many ways to do bows. I'm just going to show a simplistic way to do it. Just E, E, E. All right, click these. You can do that. That's a more simplistic way to do it. Then after that, add another modifier, add solidify. It's going to add some thickness to it. Depends how much you want. Click that. And we can do complex. After that, go to add again, solidify. All right, make sure you click these ones. And that's a bow. It just really depends how complicated you want one. You can click these, Alt S to make it more fluffy if you want to. You can switch around this, put this one beneath it to make it really rough. It just all depends on what you want. See. Yeah, it all depends on how rough you want it. This is the most simplistic bow you're gonna get. And you can add more loop cuts if you want to have more aggressive. For me, this is good enough. After that, we can add another thing. We're going to add, make sure you turn this off. Go to add circle. Add, what is it? Add alt, dang it. Add circle. I'm going to do a 8. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, pfft. Okay, that's why I couldn't see it. All right, and just rotate and hold down Alt to snap it right there. Just go E, right click, let go, and just kind of push it out about right there. Then after that, turn all your modifiers back on, and there it is. The beginning. Just S to scale. See that? S to scale, S to scale on the Y. Or you can just grab these. Just S to scale. Make sure you have this selected if you want to. So you get that natural curve that you want. And just SX to like really widen it out if that's what you want. S to scale. Get to position you want. Do edge select. Select underneath it the original object. You select all of them. S, Y. You also add more geometry, so it adds it. See, that looks a lot better. S makes it more precise and sharp. After that, it's up to you how dense you want it. For me, I want it a little bit far apart. How about right there? Now I can make underneath it. Just click the outermost edge. Shift D. If you don't see it, then E. Then turn off these for a while so we have more control. Turn off this. Just put it about where you want it. But we're going to bring our reference back. See. Get a good look at the bow and how it's shaped. Okay, and slash the numpad again. Got some of the right idea about that. E again. There, and it starts to go in. I'll loop over here, for example. All right, now I add everything back. And kind of add it in like that. Just kind of have these snap. And after that, Control R, bring it right there. It's the scale. After that, push it in. Push it in like in the middle of where you want it. Let's see, you can also click this, and this will kind of control everything around. Let's see the power it gives. That's what you want. For example, we can do that. Then click this back and now push this back out. Trying to get this filled look. And back here, we can just do the same. Let's turn this off. Yeah, see, and that looks like a bow to me. Depends on what you want. If you want the same thickness, like on all of them, got another loop cut in here, and just make sure it's about the same as that. Then after you click on it, keeps on getting this thin look. Then we go back, see the bow, how it goes. That's good enough for me. I get out of there, right click, shade smooth. You can click these, Shift E. Okay, make sure. Click these, Shift E. But we want to make sure it's edge. We do not want the middle. Is that what we want? It really depends on what you want. We get another loop cut. So Control R, add another one. Just put it almost at the bottom. Just put it down to 0. See, now you get a nice sharp edge. You can zoom it out if you want to. And yeah, that's how you do a bow. All right, this, S to scale. Put it about where this one is. Put it about right here-ish. And as you can see, it has kind of like a style to it. So we're going to apply the mirror modifier, then go into it and start to like adjust it. This is all the way down. Do that. Same thing over here. Just to give it some style. And see how thin it is right here? So I'm going to make it thin. Reference is your best friend. See, it's already looking better. And see. Just do A, then H to really see the line. Okay, yeah, I see it. And don't forget to do stuff that makes it look good. See that? And for example, I'm gonna make it like a little tippy down here because I think it looks cooler. Then now for the idea to attach it. You see how it's like it gets punched in the cut, it looks like. So that's what we're gonna do. Just do A. After I go to this one, just kind of push it back, move the mouse wheel up a little bit, and just kind of into place. Right here-ish. Can't see it. After I do A, go from above you, kind of do a, you do a 45, rotate 45, rotate negative 45, get that angle. Because it kind of looks like it's from about both angles. And just push it out of where you want it. Okay. It's different sizes from both angles. I think I like this angle size, so I'm going to just make it a little bigger. All right. And kind of like it's going to start to cover the wing-ish. So after that, go back to the wing, edit mode, just modify your hair. Oh, not that right here. See, it's kind of modify it. Go right here-ish. And right here. Yeah, see? And, oh yeah, don't make it there. Change the whole thing, make it look cooler. Depends on the shape you want. All right, yeah, that looks good to me. So you get out of there. All depends of what you want. You can click on it. Another loop cut if you want to. It's going to make it thicker right there. And Alt S. Actually have this selected. S. Huh, how come it's not working? Limited delect. Oh, here we go. You can do Alt S to puff it up if you want to. For example, puff it up can make it look cool. Make sure the middles aren't selected. Dang it, come on. Like that. Just puff it up a bit. It also helps the edges out. Make sure these ones aren't selected. Then just Alt S, kind of bring it up. Then of course, when you put it back in, click this. No, we want it like that. Yeah, it gives us some flavor. Then yeah, that's how you do the bow. And you want it mirrored on each side, just add another mirror. Put it all the way up. And just click your body, and it does a mirror off the body. And yeah, that's how you do it. And you can make the bow look any way you want. Now it's time for the strings. Who's pulling the strings? All right. Apply. Shrink wrap. Let's bring it. Let's exit this one. We don't want solidify. Unless I don't want it anyways. Make it down to about 5, how it's close but not touching. Leaves a little bit of space for rigging and whatnot. All right. Now click on it and apply this. All right, everything's applied. Now we go into edit mode, and now we just start fixing around. See, for example, you just kind of move it around. See the string as you look at the reference, see it's supposed to be above. And we could add another modifier, could add another subdivision surface. Ugh. And see, let's make it look really pretty. Just delete this, just delete this. Just delete this. We don't need that much down here. You want enough though. Just kind of shrink it in-ish, not all the way. And just delete this. Turn this off. Turn this. Then GG. Depends. All right, and add a loop cut right here. This. GG down. F. F, F. Now let's do a smooth modifier, see how it works. Let's see what happens if you delete this. Just kind of GG, kind of scatter it all out. You can click these, for example, if you want to, and Shift E. Just for example, Shift E if you want sharp, like that, like sharp out of nowhere. Does give a look to it though. That's what you want. Depends on what you want. I think I'll just do the first one like that. All right, now it's time for this side. Vortex, vortex, and vortex. All right, this and this F, F, F. What am I doing? F. See, let's get rid of this one. Add another one in here. And now see what we're doing. See, there's this cool look. GG. And if you want to be sharp, let's click these. Shift E. And now it's sharp. See that? And I want this to be. This is depends on what you want. I kind of like how it gets that look, how it's slowly. Oh, let's kid ourselves. I actually hate this. You just delete this. I'm not gonna make that work. Ugh. Click over here, F, 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 and then a loop cut right here. See, get rid of this, Shift E 0. And see that? I like that. You can also do this. Then boom, see how that flows a lot better if you do it correctly. Oh, and just slash and numpad, make sure that's out of the way, and dot, and just select all these, vortex. All right, do the same thing, just do it this far, and this far. Just click these and just Shift E, do that. See what we are doing. So yeah, and go back. And it's up to you. Let's see. Do Control R, add another one right here. See if that helps. And it does. All right. We don't need this. Oh yeah, exit, shade smooth. All right, now zoom all the way up. Now it's time for the heart. The heart attack. This one's hard. Okay, just E. Turn this off. It's easy to do when it's blocky. Put this more in the middle, right here. And just take your time. Turn this on. You need to make sure it kind of, just do L, kind of goes in. Delete this. Turn this off. All right, so what we're going to do is pretend like that's not even there. Just kind of keep going, if that makes any sense. Now look at this. That goes underneath this bump. So slowly, I'm not go that much beneath it, but a little bit beneath it. Okay, make sure it matches from both sides. It's supposed to be way underneath. GG, right there. GG. All right, make sure they're both underneath. Like a whole slot underneath, like that. All right, let's do the bottom one first. Not that E, not that, just put it in. Right here. Not that, add a loop cut right here. Control R, Alt S, then boom. Now we do this. See how it's creating it? Do another one until you slowly make it. Let's see, how many loop cuts do we need? That sounds about right. Then we see, it's supposed to be a tight curve. Underneath that, like right there. Like that. Yeah. See, now it's looking better. Oh, and for this, we can just kind of just keep bringing it down. We want it to go through the body. It's up to you. You can if you want to. I actually think the heart will look better if it digs into the flesh. I'm just going to grab it and just shove it in some more. Let's see. See how it's like digs in? That's what it's going to do. That sounds about good. Let's go back to here, edit mode, and yeah, just continue. Since we moved that, we need to put this one in some more. Turn this off. Okay, now it's time for these ones. Turn it off. It's freezing. Okay. This one's just supposed to go in. I can Control R, Alt S, Alt S. Just kind of tap it in. All right, now smooth it. Got another look right here. Alt S, kind of really drag it in. Let's do this because I want it a little higher. See, is that convenient or what? Turn it off. Let's see, do we need this one? Delete it. Need this one to be GG a little lower. See how it curves it and looks neat. All right, and same thing over here. Curves in a little bit. Well, R, no, right here. Now let's click. Yeah, let's bring these ones in. Oh yeah, I can do this as well. Click both of them, Shift E, just to really sharpen it home. All right, now it's time for the top one. Just Control R. Control R. And click this as we want it in the center. Okay, now select this. Click these. See, now we click this and we can see our problems. All right, and as you can see, it looks neat. You can spend more time on it, it will look better. So this, for example, looks a little sharp. You can do that, so it looks less sharp. And click this. Apply the mirror. Then add a new mirror. Make sure this is beneath, and boom, on both sides. All right, some little touches that you just don't notice till later. Make sure that's selected and just see that. Alt S. There's a right area, and it's neat how it does that. And don't forget about this one. You actually need to connect them. I forgot about that. Let's do that right now. Dang it, come on. I did it wrong. Okay, this one, and this one. Add another loop right here. No, the one right here, yeah. This F. All right, and click this. It's supposed to be nice and sharp. So GG and GG. And these, Shift E, and about there, and we'll see what we get. Okay, and look at that. Make sure it's not touching, and you should be good. And click this. It looks nice. Next is more clothes